I had a bit of a message from a good friend of mine, Ted, from America, and for those who follow his channel, he's the old Edgun USA, and he does Ted's Old Over channel. And I was talking about, after watching his review on the Daystate Panther, which was really, a quality review, so well done on that, Ted. I asked him if he'd ever actually tried a Weihrauch HW100 and actually what he thought about it. And surprisingly for me, Ted replied that he'd never even had his hands on one of these yet. So I thought, because he's a good friend, and I've got older one, I actually own one, I'll do a little review. Now it's not going to be as technical as Ted, because I'm just a simple guy, but I'll try and show you as much about it as I can, and give you a little idea. And then I'm sure when Ted actually gets hold of one of these, he'll be able to do a bit of a review in more technical detail. But this is mine. It's the Weihrauch HW100 S, and the S stands for sport because it's got the sport stock. They do make different versions of this rifle. You can get carbines and you can get carbine thumbholes, and I think now they also do a shrouded barrel version, which is the newer models. They are actually bringing out a single shot version of this. It's called the HW101, and I've seen a little bit of review on Edgun television, so anyone who wants to watch it, please look on Edgun television on YouTube. It's run by a friend of mine called Nigel Allen, and you'll see him using one of the 101s to great effect. It's a nice rifle, and I think it's going to do very well in the HFT world. Right, first thing I can tell you about this rifle, it's heavy, and that might sound a bit of a negative point, but a lot of people like myself like an heavy rifle. I find that an heavy rifle is easier to hold on target, especially from a standing position, which is not my most favourite position to shoot. But like I say, if you want a lighter rifle, you can get the carbine version, which is a lot lighter. There's also a new cylinder you can buy now, and it's designed from my friend Adrian at A&M Custom Gunsmiths in the UK, and he's designed a lightweight Weihrauch cylinder, which is basically the exact same as this cylinder, but you get more shots and it's a hell of a lot lighter. You still get the same gauge in the end. I think it knocks about 1.5 to 2 pounds in weight off your rifle, and it's something that I'll be thinking of getting in the future. But it is a nice rifle. It's got a really nice piece of wood on it, which comes as standard, and it's very simple in design, which we'll talk about later, i.e. the magazine system and the cocking system. So without further ado, I'm going to get onto the review, show you a few things on it, and then we'll see how it shoots. And we're going to do a bit of accuracy testing with it today. I'm in the indoor range, there's no wind, so only thing what's going to make any difference to a good group would be a flyer or a bad pellet. So let's see how we get on. This is the magazine on the HW100. It's just a real simple design. There's no mechanical parts in it, and all you do is just push the 177 pellets into the holes provided. Because it's so simple, there's not really much what can actually go wrong with this magazine system. And to be honest, I've shot quite a lot of magazine fed air rifles in my shooting career, and this has got to be the best magazine system evermore, for the simple reason it's got no working parts, as you see. It's just a nice simple design, nothing can go wrong on it. Filling the rifle is really simple. At the end of this air cylinder, there's a little plug here you pull out, and you just put your filler probe into that and put in your air, and then once you've filled up, just replace this little bung here. And what this bung does, it keeps all rubbish and dirt and grit from getting inside your cylinder and making your rifle leak. It's got an O-ring inside, so it stays in nice and tight. It's a really good but simple design Weihrauch have used. The trigger on the HW100 is absolutely match grade. I have cocked this rifle, there's no pellet in, and I can just show you it's got a nice take up on the first stage, very small amount to take up, and then once you've took it up, it's just a case of just touching it like so, and it lets off. So it's a real nice trigger. There's no magazines in at the moment. Cocking the rifle is just simple. It's a case of just pulling this arm, and this arm's spring loaded for the first part, so as you watch it flings open. If I can get into a better position with the camera, just touch it with my thumb and it flings open for you. Then all you have to do is put it back maybe 2 millimeters until it clicks, and then it'll push forward again. What you're looking at here is a view at the air gauge on the front of the Weihrauch HW100's air cylinder, and as you can see, it's colour coded: red, green and yellow. Red is from 200 bar up to 300, which you don't go into. The green is from 90 bar to 200, which you try and stay in, and the yellow is from 90 down to 0. What I can tell you from extensively trialling this rifle is if you use it from 190 bar fill up pressure, you can go all the way down to 90 bar and you've got a real flat power curve. It's very accurate, and hopefully I'll be able to prove this later on, because I'm going to try and shoot some real tight groups with this rifle, and I'll be staying between 190 and 90 bar. Right, what I intend to do now then is shoot a group at 25 metres or 27 yards if you like working in imperial, using these RWS Superfield pellets at 4.51mm, and basically see how tight I can get it to group. Now, bearing in mind I'm not the best shot in the world, and I'm sure whatever group I shoot, someone who can shoot better than me would actually probably half the size of the group. But it's just to give you some sort of indication of how average shooter can produce quite decent sized groups with one of these rifles. And bearing in mind they're only about £740, and compared to rifles now 11, 12 and up to £1,500 some companies are selling rifles, this one is a real good competitor, and I reckon this rifle in the right person's hands could compete quite easily, if not better, than some of the £1,500 rifles what are on sale at the moment. So without further ado, I'm going to load a 14 shot magazine into the HW100, and as you'll note, there's no actual aim point on the card. So what I'm going to do is actually shoot a pellet hole, a 177 pellet hole, and that'll be my marking shot, and then the rest of the group will be on the same aim point. I'm going to take my time and use the marksmanship principles, so the shots will a little bit slower than I normally shoot them, but please bear with it. I'm not using a bipod, and I'm actually resting off a sandbag in the prone position. So it's the prone supported position. I'm on ×10 magnification, and I'm using my Hawk Sidewinder 30 scope, which has got a real thin mil-dot system. It makes shooting groups a lot easier. So first of all then, the marking shot. There we go. So that'll be my point of aim from now on. So the first shot in through the same hole. Do the same hole again. And through the same hole again. That was obviously a flyer, a bad pellet, so I'm going to disregard that and we'll carry on with the group. Do the same hole again. And again. You can see it's just making a ragged 1R group. And it's actually going through the paper now without actually making it any bigger. I'm not sure if there's one more left, let's see. It might be empty, but we'll see. Let's have a look. Magazine. No, that's 14 shots there. 14 shots with one bad pellet, which was obviously the one to the 7 o'clock position. What I will do is zoom out now. We'll disregard the flyer and then we'll go up to the target end and see how she's grouped. Right, before we go on to have a look at the group size, we're going to look at a 5p piece first. This is a UK 5p piece, and I'm doing this just for the guys from overseas who's not in the UK. And you can see a UK 5p piece is only just 18mm in diameter, so really, really small. Right, this is the camera now at the target end. I'm really close now. You can see there's a real shame about that. The one flyer there, but I knew straight away once I'd shot it, you know, and it landed there, it was a flyer. All the rest, 13 shots in that group there. Now, to give you some reference to the size of that group, I've got a UK 5p piece here, and actually the 5p piece nearly actually covers the group and the flyer, nearly. As you can see, it's probably half the size of a 5p piece, and that's 13 shots there in that. So 13 shots, probably making a group size half the size of a 5p piece. Right, I think I've just got enough air left in the HW100 now to attempt the Hunting Life Forum matchstick challenge again. First time I attempted it with this rifle, I think I did it in 13 shots. Feeling a bit more confident today, so I'm going to attempt it one more time. One out of one, and of course I'm doing the matchstick heads first, and I'll just keep shooting them until I cut the line. Now, to count, you either have to break the line, the ink line on the card, by shooting a pellet hole in it, or where the paper tears due to the impact of the pellet. Two bullseyes. These matchstick heads are the diameter of a 177 pellet. Three bullseyes. I'm just moving the rifle so it's pointing naturally at the target, and now moving my body to the rifle. I'm not sure if that's cutting, that one, so I'm going to go for the next one. That one definitely is. what I will do is take a steady walk up to the target end, leaving the camera live, just to have a look, see if it's cutting. Yeah, that is just breaking the edge of the matchstick head, so that's 5 out of 5 so far. So now I'm on to the hard part, which are the sticks. And the sticks are 3 times the diameter less than a 177 pellet, so really, really thin. That's the perfect start on the sticks. Two perfects. I think that's cutting. Another perfect. If I get this one and the other one is cutting the matchstick where the wooden bit would be, then it's a perfect score, because the minimum you can do this is 10 shots. The winner at the moment is my mate David T63. I think he did it in 11 or 12. And I think I've just got a perfect 10 out of 10 live on camera. Now it all depends on that one stick, so I'm going to zoom out, we'll pause the camera here and I'm going to have a look. Right, we're at the target end now, and I'm happy to say I have got a perfect 10 out of 10, and I'm going to pan and zoom to show you. As you can see, the first matchstick is a perfect bullseye and a perfect stick. And you can note the diameter of the matchstick head is the same diameter as the pellet impact, so you need to have pellet on pellet accuracy to actually score. If I move across one, you can see I broke the line here and a perfect hit on the matchstick. Moving to the third one, again broke the line and broke the line on the matchstick. The fourth one, which was I wasn't sure if I'd hit the head or not. As you can see, I have just, and it's only just, broke the line on the head, but it's there, and a perfect shot on the matchstick body. And the final one, the fifth one, broke the head, and you can see broke the matchstick as well. So that's the first time this challenge has been done in a perfect 10. So all the range time I'm putting in and working with this HW100 is obviously paying off, and my shooting is starting to improve, so I'm quite happy with that. And the performance of the HW100 S, a remarkable rifle. Before I finish now, I just want to show you this little gadget what I bought off eBay. It's £14 it is, or £14.99, and for those who like to do a bit of filming of the shooting, this I think is ideal. I found this and I've been trialling it. I've also passed this on to David T63, who is also buying one. And basically how it works is, you've got a real strong rubber type plastic sleeve here, and you just put it underneath your scope and then push it, and it works like a cable tie. You pull it and you can hear it clicking. You can pull it really tight and it's gripped by underneath. I'll show you. There's actually a beveled bit here what fits your scope on it. It's actually designed for a mountain bike, for putting a camera on a mountain bike. And what you can do then is attach your camera to the top, and if you unscrew this star-shaped bit here, you can then move the top bit so you get your camera in the perfect position for where you want to shoot. Once it's in there, you can then retighten it up like so, and it's solid. So you got your camera always pointing in the right direction. To release it, just a case of little piece of plastic here, pushing it up and then opening it. It comes all the way out. Nice little ingenious bit of kit, and it works absolutely fabulous for filming when you're shooting.